Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You catch me just as the sun is setting, about to embark on a couple of planting projects. Let's just stand in the setting sun and I'll show you why. I'm the Gazbeard. This is Ravenport, and it's Friday the 10th of December 2021 in real life. I hope your Christmas preparations are fully underway, and I hope you're feeling well and starting to get in the spirit of the season. Here on the map, it's part of eternal summer, living the dream, as they say. Right, so we are up here at the BGA at our new garage sheds. If I zoom the map out, you can see there is absolutely nothing ready to harvest. There are a lot of fields that are cultivated and ready to plant. The only harvesting contracts available are Fields 1 and Field 9, which are baling contracts. Mow the grass and bale it. There's a couple of fertilizing contracts, and that's it. So we're going to do the 2 planting contracts, which are on Fields 7. Let's just accept them. Field 7. Field 8, do them both with our big planter. Field 7 is putting cotton in. Field 8 is putting corn in. Gives me an excuse to get the Steiger out again. Yeah, that's what we want. Now this particular garage shed, we have to come indoors to open the doors. You can't open the roller doors from outside. I don't know if that's a feature or if it's a bug, but it's the way it is. And it makes sense that you go in the personnel door and open your big vehicle doors from the inside. Right, jump in the Steiger. Isn't that? Raw horsepower. Oh, didn't I? Keep forgetting. It's a bendy bus tractor. I don't need to make the turning circles that I normally do. And for those of you playing or wishing me to play Farm Sim 22, I noticed that this planter, the Great Plains YP4025, this is the 18-meter version that does not do fertilizer, has just appeared in the Farm Sim 22 mod hub yesterday. So, now it seems to be by a different author. I need to check that. In fact, bear with me 2 seconds. Let me just check that. Yep, I thought so. There you are. This planter, the YP2425A, was a default piece of equipment in Farm Sim 19, and it has appeared as a mod by another author in Farm Sim 22. So somebody has basically taken the planter from Farm Sim 19, modded it up to Farm Sim 22 coding, and dropped it in the mod hub. I believe that's what's happened. I might be disparaging them. It might be Giants themselves that did it. God, I'm all over the place this morning. Let me just... wrong. So, there it is. On the Farm Sim 22 mod list by Adams Kong. It's the exact same planter that I'm using in this game, and was originally a default part of Farm Sim 19. Adams Kong has taken the planter out of Farm Sim 19, made it into a mod for Farm Sim 22, and introduced it to the mod hub, and giants have approved it. Very, very unusual, unexpected that. There you go, that's what's happened. So, back to the game. Now let's get it built. Pull it there. No. Forward a bit. Oh, it's going to be a faff. I have to get in closer. Opening the covers. There we go. Put cotton into the first field. First field that we're going to do, 7, which is dead ahead of us. That's handy. And field 8, the one on our right. Just unfold this plant there. Judge where to join the field. Courseplay. Station 7. On headland pass. All the way around. We'll try to get him to turn in the corners, but he probably won't. Our course at first waypoint. Return to the first point active. On you go. Do one of them fancy turnaround things to start it off. We're just going straight down the side of the field. So there we are, that's him underway. And I wanted to take these evening contracts, there's only 2 of them, because I wanted to see what the light was like on the Steiger. Never driven it at night before, and I must say it's got an impressive spread, hasn't it? Certainly see all around you. What's it like from the cab? Those lights really reach out, don't they? See the planter quite clearly. It's great. Bit of a meal of turning this corner. Got a wheel spin going on at the back of the Steiger there. I might have to mount the rear deck weights. Do away with the 3-point. I don't think you can have both. If you can have both, then I'll probably do that. Well, I'll almost certainly do that. If you can only have one or the other, then I think we're going to need the weights on the back of the Steiger, because I'm getting a lot of a lot of rear wheel spin. I noticed it in the last episode as well when we were doing ploughing and stuff, cultivating. I was seeing a lot of spin. That, of course, is wasting diesel and putting extra wear and tear on the vehicle. Oh. Here inside a rather bouncy cab. Lots and lots of electronics in it, look, wow. Let's just have a look from outside again. Lighter that way, isn't it? Screenshots, might use them as the title thumb, we'll see how they come out. Anyway, I'll catch you at the end of planting this field as we move over to field 8 to do that one. And once field 8 is underway, we can get on with some other stuff at the same time, because field 8 will take forever. I can guarantee that. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Dopey old so-and-so syndrome strikes again. The footage that you're watching right now, I was merrily narrating away to you for the next few minutes anyway, before I realised that the microphone was switched off. So I'm having to re-record it. And what we're trying to look at here is we're looking at the rear wheels on the Steiger. This is the last strip of field 7, and we seem to be getting a lot of rear wheel spinning going on. Certainly seems to be stuttering on that rear wheel, sort of slipping, gripping, slipping, gripping. And I was wondering at this point if we had too many horsepowers in the tractor for the planter that we're towing. The planter that we're towing only needs 250 horsepower, and I have used it before using the Case 7250, which is the medium tractor, but with the largest engine, the 261 horsepower engine in it, and it did fine towing this planter around. Obviously struggled on the hills a little bit, but generally speaking on flat ground like this it did very, very well. Now the other tractor that does well on this is the CVX in all the variants from the 280 through to the 380, I think it is. The 380 being the version I've currently got, that I'm using in the pellet hall, in the straw pellets pellet hall, and that's about 421 horsepower. Works no problem. Oh, we've got to do that tiny little strip down the edge of the field here. Just keep an eye on those rear wheels on the Steiger and you'll see what I mean about the slipping. See, it's not as smooth as the front wheels. The front wheels are rotating reasonably evenly. The back wheels seem to be slipping. Now I think that is a weight problem. There's not enough weight on the back of the tractor to counteract slipping when the planter is trying to slow down the tractor, and that's despite, if you look carefully, you'll see that I've put the 4,500 pound weight pack on the back of the Steiger already. Did that halfway around the field. I just couldn't put up with the wheels spinning any further. So that's a 2,200 kilo, 2,200 kilo weight pack on the back of the Steiger, and I've removed the 3-point quick release mechanism, because you can only have one or the other. So we're still getting a bit of slippage. It's nowhere near as bad as it was before I changed to the weight system though. So he's just busy running back across to the starting point of the field, and then we'll go down and do field 8. And we'll have a look at how it copes over there, because the starting point on field 8 is a slight uphill. Have we got some bald spots to do, or are we okay? I think we're okay. Yeah. Right, onwards to field 8. I think it was sunflowers in field 8, wasn't it? On the contract? Yeah. Field 7 is about half the size of field 8. If you look at the amount of seed that we've used more than 50% of what was in the planter. And for that reason, I've pre-positioned the small International with the auger wagon that we were using as a seed tender. It's parked along the side of field 8 ready, because we're going to need to refill the planter at least once to get round field 8. So we'll just top it off at the silo here. There's the International and the auger wagon. We'll just top off the planter here, and then we'll get field 8 underway. That was a better approach this time. We got it in nice and tight so we can fill up on the first attempt. There we go. And we should be able to get about 90% of the field done on that one refill. But then the last 10, somewhere within the last 10%, it might be the last 4% or 5%, but somewhere within the last 10% of the field, we will need to do a refill on the planter in order to finish the field. And it's better to refill the planter on the field and not change your position than it is to pull it back to the silo, refill it and take it back out to the field. So we'll just get him lined up, get the course plotted into the sat nav and the PDA, clear the previous course. Field 8, all the usual header status, yeah, and it always seems to miscalculate the width of the tool right now, so we'll need to reset that. We need multiple headlands actually, because there's a fence up there at the central grain silo which will not allow for U-turning at the end of the up and down rows. So probably best to put 3 headers in, 3 by 18 meters, that's about 54 meters of header, and that should give us enough room to turn around without snagging on the fence. That course looks good to me. Right. Start at the first waypoint, and we'll do an activate and activate, return to first waypoint, then dismiss driver. We're going to make sure we've got the right crop in there, which is corn. It's going to be a big old corn field this. I'm going to need to get a corn header for that that big harvester. I don't think I've got a corn header for it. It'll handle a 12-meter header, which is the biggest corn header, so that's good. I love the unfolding mechanism on this Great Plains planter. So smooth. And again, it's telling us that the tool needs unloaded before it can start ploughing. Something strange there. I don't know what's going on with that. I've never seen that particular message before on 19 or 22. It would normally say you don't have access to this land, but obviously we do. For some reason it's telling us we need to unload the tool. I know that there's no fertilizing tank on this tool, so it can't be telling us to unload fertilizer. So we'll just manually drive the opening stretch of the field, and then we'll hand it back over to the NPC and get them to do the bulk of it. Let's see if we can get ourselves lined up. That should do. And yeah, there's still a little bit of slippage going on with the rear wheels and the Steiger as we pulled away there. And as you see, if we're underway and we click for the NPC to take over the course, they do so quite happily without that message kicking in. So I wonder what that's about. It's got to be a mod conflict of some sort. I'll need to hunt it out. And I've just realised I've talked you through all of that and the microphone was muted. Okay, right. I'm going to have to... By the time you're hearing this on the video, I will have re-narrated what was going on during the previous 3 or 4 minutes. And you will probably have noticed an audio quality change. I do apologise for that. Yeah, old man syndrome again. Brain's not functioning. Okay. Right. Just in case I end up chopping it all out, we finished field 7. Had a worry that these LSWs on the back are the wrong tyres for the job, that they don't have treads deep enough for getting the traction in the dirt, because they seem to spin and skid a lot as he's pulling away with this planter and turning in the corners. This planter is rated as a 250 horsepower tractor planter, which means that the little case 7250s can pull this around because they're 261, and they do. You know, I've had the case 7250s pulling this planter around quite happily before I got the big tractors up here, and this guy seems to spin his wheels a lot. Is it a case that his 680 horsepower is too much and that's causing the wheel spin as he tries to get the planter moving? Is it the LSWs, these low profile flotation tyres that are designed for a completely different type of operation to what I'm using them for? I don't know. We need to figure that one out, because I do want to keep the big tractor with the big equipment rather than rolling back to the medium tractors. Is he going to get that round, or is he going to get caught? He's going to get caught on the fence. Yeah, almost. Got away with it. This is why I'm putting 3 headlands around this field, is because of that fence there. When he's doing the upsies and downsies end to end on the field, I want him to be able to turn. And he's going to struggle here. He really is going to struggle here. Yeah, you can see he's missed a little bit in the corner there because of the turn on the planter as he reversed up. That's okay. If necessary, we can patch that ourselves. Listening to the audio of the planter. Right, so the night shift are going to be working pretty much through the night. It's, well, in fact they have worked through the night. It's coming up to breakfast time already, look. Getting this rolling. So we'll leave them to it and we'll rejoin them as they get to the end of the field. by which time we have got a host of other planting contracts to get on with. Let's have a quick look at those before we cut out. So bring up the PDA. The load, oh, we can collect the money on field 7 now, thank you. A couple of transporting jobs, which we're not going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4 fertilizing jobs, that's good. A couple of weeding jobs. Let's have a look. 14 is the strip of 4 fields beside the railway line. Those 15. 21 and 22 are down in the valley. 6 is up here, the other side of field 7. Field 11 is straight ahead on our left. Field 5 harvesting. Oh, that one? Canola, okay. Field 12 harvesting, which is on our left. No, it's not. Field 12 is the other side of the BGA. Wheat in that one. Oh, that's good. We'll get straw from that. 13 harvesting sunflowers. Okay. And fields 1 and 9 have still got those baling jobs. Silage and silage. Okay, so the priority jobs for the day shift are going to be field 12 because we want the straw from the swaths. Wrap that as silage to refill. Oh, in fact, actually, we could do with refilling the straw barn before we put any more in the silage, because we'll get a little bit of harvest overflow from fields 1 and 9. Give us some extra silage for the BGA. And then once we've got those 3 done, then fields 5 and 13 will give us some canola and sunflower for the silo from the overage. And we can do the 2 weeding contracts. Both are up here and they're both biggish fields. So that weeder that it's showing there, I think we've got one of those down at the farm. We'll need to bring it up. And then we can have the fertilizer contracts running alongside that using the little international. So that's the plan of operations. Meanwhile, what we're going to be waiting for is we're going to be waiting for this one to finish this field, and then we'll put that plan into place. So I'll catch you at the end of this field as we come to the end of it, or I might turn the camera back on when it gets to the point where he needs a refill, just so that you can see the auger wagon acting as a seed tender, in case you haven't seen that before. Probably be what I do. So for me, it'll be about 20 to 30 minutes before I see you again. For you, it'll just be a few moments. Sit comfortably. Oh, there we are. We're coming towards the end of the field. Got that little wedge down there still to do. The planter's almost empty, down to under 150 litres of seed left in it, as predicted. It will need a top up before we get to the end of it. So what I'm going to do at this point is, while he turns around and goes up to take on the next strip of that wedge, I'm going to jump across to the little international, get that warmed up, get that ready to come across and top up the big planter here. So let's go to the map. Pick up the little international, and I'm guessing he's going to be about midfield when he needs a refill, so I'm going to head for there. See how he gets on. And as I said, about 20-30 minutes for me real time while he got this field done, and just a few moments for you because of the magic of video editing. It's part of the hidden workload, as it were, that all content creators have to go through. which the viewers don't normally see. Last 1% of seed is it's holding out. There we go. Ease, stop. Whoa, stop. Run out. Is we're going to have to take him back all the way up there. Now, I don't know if I can reverse it back. I'll try. Panther has a habit of drifting off on its own direction. Kind of hard to correct once it starts going. Have to move the little international to get this back onto the end of that. I don't know, maybe we can do it. Enough there. Get it in position and reposition. Yeah, there is. So, jump out. Pipe out on the auger. Oh, I should have opened them covers. Need to open them covers, so and it's filling automatically. Perfect. Close the covers. Course play, next closest waypoint, and on you go. Having a think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trigger it myself. So, lower the planter, turn the planter on. Back lined up. As near as I can make it. Play on auto, bring course play back up. Oh, why is it saying unloaded? Don't understand why it's saying that. He's taking it over now. Missed a little strip, but that won't hurt in the scheme of things. What I will need to do though is I'll need to go and move that international in a second. Just to make sure he's going to turn around and start the next row, and then I'll go move the international. And then back down to the farm. Well, we could keep them up here. Still got about 15,000 litres of seed in there that we could use instead of buying some. I have other sowing contracts to do. I noticed that the contract board is starting to fill up again. Right. Okay. Type in contract on field 8 finished, it says, but obviously he hasn't finished seeding. I'll move this down here out the way. Over here in front of the workshop. Workshop lads can keep an eye on it. Come back to this guy. It says the contract is finished. We've done enough to finish out the contract, which will auto-magically complete the seeding on the bit that we haven't done. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and I like to finish out things where possible. Well, we'll get that done. Won't take long now because each completed row making the next row a lot shorter because of the wedge shape. Wow, look at the dirt on those windows. We'll put it through the auto wash. Straighten it up. Guess this is symptomatic of all that slippage on those rear wheels. Having problems getting it straight. Or is he just searching for the route? As soon as he lowers the planter, it's no longer a problem. A light flare on the front windscreen there, look, because of the low sun. Still very early in the morning, it's not 7:30 yet. I dare say the video's starting to get a little bit long because of all of the pausing during the recordings. I've no idea what its actual length is. I think what's probably best to do here is if I wind out the video and then I'll catch you in the next one. We'll be on Tuesday. So if you've persevered with us this far, thank you very much. You're a superstar. And if you're enjoying the videos, please always give them a thumbs up. Every single thumbs up helps to promote the channel in search. And subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Don't forget, if you do subscribe, hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Then YouTube will let you know when new videos have gone up. Don't, they won't. For me, the Gazbeard, on the massive Field 8 here on Ravenport. We're just finishing sowing with corn under contract. It's a very sincere thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Back on Gatehead Farm on Monday. Back here on Ravenport on Tuesday. And our usual cycle ensues on from that. I'll see you then. From me, as always, it's not goodbye. It's just bye for now.